Hey everyone, today I am making some Zuppa Toscana. As of the recording of this video in the Chicagoland area, it is currently the real feel of negative 15 degrees. So I'm going to get into it and show you how to make this. You're going to start off by cooking some bacon. So I like to cook my bacon in the oven. You can fry your bacon in a skillet, but I am using some thick cut applewood bacon from the Wright brand. So I have my slices out there and I'm going to be baking this in the oven approximately like 25 minutes and it's done. So next thing I'm going to be doing, actually while that was baking, is making my Italian sausage. So I'm just going to be browning that in a pan. Italian sausage is really lean, so I'm adding some olive oil to this so that it fries pretty good on the stove in a pot. So I'm going to be adding some Italian seasoning as well as some fennel, and this is how the fennel seeds look if you have not used that before, and that's the Italian seasoning, and I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to be adding in some minced garlic as well as some onion powder. Now, you can also use some actual onion, but in this household, the husband doesn't eat onion, so we're going to be using some onion powder. I'm also adding some chicken base or some chicken bouillon, and I have the full ingredients and instructions on my website, so you can just follow along. The next thing I'm doing is adding in like 6 cups of water, and I also have forgot to add some flour, so I'm going to be whisking some flour in here so that it's nice and smooth. Meanwhile, while that's getting together, I have sliced some yellow potatoes, and for this soup you can use like russet potatoes or maybe some red potatoes, but I'm trying to do it as close to the Olive Garden recipe as possible, so I have sliced some yellow potatoes. These are going to be boiling in a pot for approximately 20 minutes. The next thing that you want to do is get you a bunch of kale. So I got one bunch of kale, and I'm going to do a rough cut of that. And just make sure that you don't have like a lot of stems in there. Just remove all the kale from the stems, and you're going to rinse this off and wait until your potatoes have cooked, and then you're going to pour them into the pot and let them cook in there for at least 10 minutes, because it really doesn't take that long for these particular types of greens to cook. I'm actually not sure if there is a substitute for using kale. You may want to use Google if you do not have any kale in the area, but I wouldn't use spinach because with spinach, especially even when it's fresh, you got to put like tons of spinach in there because for some reason when it cooks it shrinks like really really bad. So maybe a mustard green, but yeah, try to do your best to get some kale. So the next thing that you're going to do is, after that has been simmering for 10 minutes, you're going to pour that Italian sausage that you had made before into this pot. Now, this may be the time where you would want to season it, but I wouldn't, because you're going to be adding this bacon into there. So between that Italian sausage as well as this bacon, it's going to have some salt in there. The next thing I'm going to be adding is some crushed red pepper. So I'm adding like a half a tablespoon into that. So if you don't like spice, don't add it. The next thing I'm adding is some heavy whipping cream as well as some milk. It's not going to make the soup too creamy, but it's going to give it like an extra rich flavor to it. Now, while that soup is simmering on the back end of the stove, I am making some garlic bread. So I just have like a loaf of French bread, and I'm adding this butter compound that I made, which was basically like 2 sticks of softened butter, about a cup of Parmesan cheese. I've also added 2 tablespoons of garlic, minced garlic, as well as 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. So once I mixed all this together, I'm just adding the butter in between the slices, and I'm going to be baking this in the oven like at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 20 minutes. And this is how it looks once it came out. And it was really, really good, very buttery. And if I wanted to, I could have put some mozzarella cheese in there too, or some Parmesan cheese, but this was enough. It was enough richness because I am going to be adding some Parmesan cheese to my Zuppa Toscana once I get it plated up or added to a bowl. So this is how the Zuppa Toscana looks after it has been cooked, and I'm telling you, you really don't need any extra seasonings to this unless you just like season heavy with your food. But once I get this added to a bowl, I'm going to be topping it with that extra bacon that I had added in the food processor earlier. So it's been chopped up really good. So of course there's bacon inside of this soup. I'm also going to be adding bacon on top of here, as well as some shaved slices of Parmesan cheese. And this is how it looks once it's done. And again, I'll have the recipe on my website at plussizeinchicago.com. I hope you all liked what I cooked in the kitchen today, and I'll see you guys next time.